Welcome to BATV, coming to you from the Ocean Grove Bowling Club here on the Bellarine Peninsula of Victoria. And we're only a couple of days away from the departure of a 13-strong team to head to the UK for the traditional Commonwealth Games host city lead-up event, the Eight Nations. And one of those travelling to the UK wearing the green and gold will be Matthew Flapper, a 34-year-old man who is about to achieve one of the sport's most inspirational outcomes following a long journey to reach this stage of his career. We're going to step inside and have a chat to Matthew Flapper. Well, Matt, here at the Ocean Grove Bowling Club, your current home, but for the next 3 weeks, the home will be the UK on a tour of Wales and Scotland with the Australian team. Just tell us about your emotions prior to departure.
Yeah, look, pretty excited. Obviously, to be given that opportunity to go to the UK, experience what the greens and the conditions are like over there, and experience, what the Commonwealth Games environment will be, and to play on those greens, it's something I'm very excited about, and yeah, can't wait to get on that plane.
You're not an old man by any stretch, but the opportunity has come later in your career than it has for a lot of others. Tell us a little bit about, I suppose, the last 2 or 3 years of your bowling career and how the Australian representation has come about.
Yeah, look, it was something that, I'll be honest, I probably thought my opportunity was gone. To be given the green light when I got called into the Australian A squad, that was pretty good, and I thought, well, maybe I can do this. Changed a few things with personal things in my life, and started to play in a few more events. Got noticed, went successful in a couple of those events, and then all of a sudden you find yourself, you got called up. Made my debut in Malaysia last year, and when I got announced that was happening and received the cap for the first time, just overwhelmed and excited.
That call-up didn't come without hard work, and let's talk about your own sort of bowler's ability to start with and then the personal journey after that. But playing from the age of 12, and then it was probably about 20 when you started to represent Victoria.
Yeah, it was. Started bowls at Creswick, a little country club outside of Ballarat, and started when I was 12. So it's been a long journey. Got to probably 1999, I think. I was 20, debuted for Victoria, and been in that side ever since. So it's just sort of been a gradual progression towards any chance of playing for Australia. But like I said before, finally come 3 years ago.
Before we go forward, let's go back. What happened at the age of 12 that triggered off the interest in bowls?
Oh, we used to get off the bus we used to travel to Ballarat to go to school, and then get off the bus just outside of Creswick Bowling Club, and that's where my father played, Jerry, and Anthony, my brother, as well. And we were sitting around watching Dad practice or roll up, and we thought, we'll have a go, get into it. We played all the other sports along the way, but settled back for bowls, and it's taken me to where I am now.
About 3 years ago, you and your wife embarked on what is now probably one of the most inspirational journeys of the sport in the modern era, and that is to create a lifestyle for yourself. You lost an enormous amount of weight, both of you. Was the carrot to represent Australia, apart from a healthy lifestyle and quality of life for you both, was the carrot to represent Australia one of the key drivers to embark on that campaign?
Obviously, that dream was always there to get the green and gold. I'd been lucky enough to play for Australia in indoor bias bowls, different format of the game, but that drive was always there to get the double and play green bowls for Australia as well. So look, it was there. It wasn't the drive behind the decision to start losing weight, but along the way and the progression enabled me to be fitter, to play more bowls, to be more active in life, and that's both of us. And yeah, the journey was amazing. We started October 2011. It was pretty much during the pennant season, and towards the end of the month, at the end of the month, I had to look towards new bowls clothes because they were sort of falling off me. But together, we lost over 100 kilos between us. So it was a massive change in our life.
Do you think you could have reached this almost the pinnacle of your career? I mean, we're not at the Commonwealth Games yet, but you are very close to it now. Could you have done that carrying the weight that you did and without going through that campaign?
I don't think so. Let's be honest. I was weighed in at 155 kilos, and you wouldn't have the endurance levels that you need to go through these events and these big time bowls where you're playing week after week. I was struggling to get through a pennant game, sort of popping pills to painkillers to get through, sore knees, ankles. Just your joints were seizing up, and I don't have any issues now. And fit as a fiddle, you can go for a run, or you play as many days in a row as you want, and you still wake up refreshed and ready to go.
What about the people that were a key part of that lifestyle change for you that helped you all the way through? Obviously, your wife, a key component, going through it with you. But what about some other people who you hold dear that helped you through it?
Oh, look, if it wasn't for one particular person, I suppose you could relay it back to Linda. Went to just see her GP. Blood pressure was a bit high, so she got referred to a dietitian in Werribee. Karma Wilkinson was her name, and we went and saw her and liked what she had to say. We actually, it's a pretty funny story, went and had McDonald's for tea before we went and saw her. And because I said to Linda, I said, look, it might be the last time I have it for a while. So anyway, we went there, and I swear to God, she could have smelled it on our breath. But we come back from there. We liked what she had to say, and that was the moment. You know, we stood on the scales in her office, and she looked at us and thought, "Shit, I need to help these two people." And you know, we couldn't fault the support that she gave us. 100% committed, and wanted us to succeed. And every time that we went and saw her on a weekly basis, we lost weight every time we went and saw her. There was no week where we gained or anything like that. So the success rate was there, and the way she went about it was instrumental in our change.
You mentioned family and some key people that have been a major part of how you prepared for this particular stage of your career, but no doubt employment plays a major role in this, and you've had great support from your employer here, the Ocean Grove Bowling Club.
I have. I'm very fortunate to be in a position I am. There's not many opportunities for a job like what I've got in Victoria, so Ocean Grove have always sort of had someone in that role, and I was lucky enough to get the job May 2012, and yeah, look, so excited to be here and be involved in this club, and the support that they've given behind me towards representing Australia is massive. And look, it's something it's very hard to achieve if you haven't got the backing of someone like the bowling club behind you, and I couldn't ask for more.
As we stand here now, looking forward, as I said, we're 4 days away from you leaving Melbourne Airport, heading for the UK for a 3-week tour. Just tell us a little bit about the last 12 months of that preparation in terms of being part of the Australian Jackaroo squad, the training camps down here in Melbourne, preparing for Glasgow light conditions. Combination of a lot of hard work for everyone who's now been selected.
Absolutely, and very fortunate that we were lucky enough to get the home base here in Victoria. An hour away from where I live, so I've had that opportunity to get down there a couple of times a week and really focus on training in the Glasgow light conditions, which at Maribyrnong Park is pretty much perfect. We went through a pretty intense camp and selection trial 3 or 4 weeks ago to get selected for this event. It was a long week and a lot of games, a lot of bowls got played, and you certainly at the end of the week you knew you'd played bowls for the week. But that's what you're going to face when you get over there. As much as you talk about the practice and the camps and stuff, but your own personal fitness, you've got to maintain that. And it's not unlike, I'll get here during the day and the members will see me chuck on my running gear and a backpack with some weight in it just to go for a run or walk, and just to try and maintain that weight and keep that fitness level that I'm at my peak when I get over there.
I suppose that's an element of the sport that a lot of people aren't aware of in terms of having your body in a fitness condition that is able to travel, able to compete in different climates. And that's a theme right throughout the Australian squad in terms of every player knowing they've got to prepare just probably 5-10% better than the next bloke.
It is, and if you want that advantage and you want to get that spot, that it's those 1%ers that you do that might gain that. And you can look at it now that a mate of mine, Barry Lester, who's in the squad, stayed off the grog for a period of time just to give himself the best chance to get selected, and it paid dividends for him. Obviously, my weight, joining the gym and starting to build some muscle. It's all those little ones, 1%ers, like I said, that can make that difference.
Recall that phone call for us that Steve Glasson gave to you on the back of the training camp to indicate to you that you were selected in part of the 13-member team to head to the UK?
I got home on the Thursday night after the camp, and Linda says to me now that I've never seen you like this before, and I was sort of on edge whether or not I'd get in or whether I'd miss out. I didn't really know, because I thought any one of the 10 could have got in. The phone calls were coming first thing Friday morning. It got to about 9 o'clock. I hadn't received one. I wasn't sure if that was a good thing or not. I got a message off Dylan Fisher, who's a good mate of mine, and he said, "Well, mate, I've missed out. It's one less spot you got to worry about." I thought, well, hopefully Glass has told the ones that missed out and then the ones that get in. And then, the phone rang, and I sort of looked and I saw Steve Glasson written on the phone, and I thought, I got jitters whether I answer it or not. And then, all good news from there. So I was pretty excited, and I just jumped in the car straight away, went down, told Linda, and it was something pretty special.
Just relaying that story, you look like it means the world to you, and it's not the grand final yet. There's obviously still a phone call that you'd like to receive probably towards the end of this year, early next year, about Glasgow, the Commonwealth Games. Just tell us about what that would be to culminate, I suppose, the road you've taken to this point.
Icing on the cake would be one way to ride it, I suppose. But look, I'm stoked with where I've got to now. I've got that opportunity to go over there and stake my claim for the spot on the Commonwealth Games team. I'll do everything I can to get that. And look, it's the pinnacle of the sport. It would mean the world to me. And just top off everything that I've been about for the last 3 years, and all the hard work we've put in, not just me, but my family and all that sort of stuff. So I'll give it my best. I'll give it 100%, and we'll see what happens then.